Nick, can you just take me through what's troubling people in Europe at the moment?
Look, number one, weak economic growth, and it's getting weaker. Number two, slow government and central bank response compared to the UK and the US. And number three, there's a rise in political extremism, which we're seeing now in Greece, but is in the background in a host of other countries throughout the Eurozone.
So with the latest round of QE, should we be getting excited and investing in Europe today?
Look, we don't look so much at the headlines, so I'd recommend you put down the newspaper, switch off the TV. We invest in companies. So let's look at a company we own and see what the experience has been. I'll use BMW as an example. Back in 2000, BMW had €2 billion of profit before interest and tax. Since then, you've had two recessions, you've had a sovereign crisis. Car sales in Europe, the biggest market, have collapsed to levels last seen in the late 80s. And you've had on that $2 billion of profit, you've had about $7 billion of headwinds in the forms of stronger currency, tightening of CO2 emission regulations, and higher raw material costs. Yet the profit of BMW, far from falling, has in fact more than tripled. So what's BMW done right? Well, simply they're a car maker, and they've made cars that people want to buy. So even in the last 5 years, global car sales have increased by 23 million units, which is the equivalent of both North and South America combined 5 years ago. BMW has done particularly well in China, which has now accounts for about 35% of profit before tax, so more than a third of their business. And they've done very well in new categories for them, like the luxury SUV segment. So the X series didn't exist back in 2000. Today, it's around 30% of their profit. So the overriding point here is don't get hung up on the headlines, because they can mislead you and confuse you. Instead, focus on the business and make sure that they're doing what matters right.
Thanks, Nick. That's great.